Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, Applejacks. Good morning, Amelia. How are you guys this morning? Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. I am literally just getting on the charts. I don't know what's going on. I am sleepy, extremely sleepy, but I'm here. Good morning. Man, I'm tired. Good morning, Pred. How was my weekend? My weekend was great. I literally have not one complaint whatsoever. We had a great time, and yeah, I'm exhausted. I didn't take one nap the entire weekend, which threw me completely off. And what happened was yesterday when I got home, I ate, sat on the couch, ended up falling asleep for like 20 minutes, and that 20-minute nap had me up until 5 something this morning. Yeah. Good morning, Timbo. How are you this morning? Market's ass like usual. I feel that. I am so exhausted. But yeah, I'm here. Like I didn't even first of all, I'm gonna tell y'all how tired I was. When my alarm kept going off this morning, I just kept snoozing it like I didn't have nowhere to be. Just without a care in the world. And finally I looked, I said, oh shit, it's 8:30. I actually should be up right now. I'm so tired. Man, but we're here. I promise I will have more energy tomorrow. I do have to help my best friend with her kids later today. So I'm thinking that after I'm done streaming, I'm probably just going to turn my data connection off so I can freeze the charts and just take a nap, and then I'll journal and stuff when I get from her house. I normally stay over there for like a couple hours past when I actually like need to be there, but not today, baby. TT needs to go home. Yeah. I unpacked everything. I did everything last night so that I could actually relax somewhat today at some point. But yeah, that's that. But how was you guys this weekend? How was the market yesterday? I think I was watching Nutty's stream yesterday, and at some point it just looked like Nasdaq died. The VWAP was completely flat pretty much, and it looked like it died. I was like, yeah. Um 25. Good morning, Janelle. How are you this morning? It was gross. Did you get a trade in this? Oh, you was sick. Do you feel better now? I hope you feel better. Good morning, Diego. How are you this morning? Good morning. Good morning. But yeah, everything was cool. So Friday we didn't do anything because he had just got in town at like 7:30 or something. So I had already planned to not do anything. And so I told you guys that I was gonna cook my mom's favorite meal. So we ended up he ended up upgrading the room to like this really huge suite that had a jacuzzi and everything that we couldn't even take advantage of because we just was doing so much that every time we came back to the hotel, we showered and we laid down. Now, I didn't nap, but he did. But so he took the first bite. I'm like in the half bathroom in the front of the room, and I hear, I was like, oh my God, what happened? Are you okay? He was like, yo, who taught you how to make this? Who did this? What is this? Who taught you this? Where did you get this from? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? And so I was like, I guess it's good. He was like, man, this is amazing. This is restaurant quality. I don't even like tomatoes, but these tomatoes in here, oh my God. So we had dinner Friday from what I cooked. And then Saturday we went out to eat, and then we went to this place called Rec Hall, where it's like it has like a bunch of games in there. There's two places here that has that. It's one called Rec Hall and it's one called Westport Social. But I prefer Rec Hall because you tend to not see as many kids in Rec Hall. Westport Social, you can have kids until like 4 p.m. And the time that we were going, I'm like, yeah, but then after 4 p.m., they usually have bands and it could just be a lot of people. And I don't really like crowds like that. And neither does he. So we went to Rec Hall instead. So we played, they call it air bowling, but basically it's like beer pong, but like life size. So you have like big trash cans, you put it in a triangle and you throw a volleyball into it. I think it used to be a football though. Pretty sure the one time that I went years ago, it was a football. But either way, so we played that. We played like 7 or 8 games of that. First of all, I'm not young anymore. I shouldn't be doing this. My legs are so tight. Everything hurts. Then we played a couple games of Connect Four. Then we played hacky sack or cornhole, whichever you want to call it. You got wrecked yesterday. You lost 2 master accounts. Tilted in it. Oh no. Oh no no no. Time to get them back. Better. My head pounded for 3 days straight. Oh no. I'm glad you feel better. You drank tea, took your vitamins, and slept. Yeah, so then we played cornhole, hacky sack, whatever. We played some games of that. Then we played cricket. Then we played actual beer pong, but without the beer. But the cups are metal, so the ball like bounces off of it in ways that it wouldn't on a plastic cup, if that makes sense. And then we played some games of ping pong, which was really fun. 133. Give me a second. What are we at? Oh, well, I'm doing Divergence a little bit different, and I might end up changing how I do the regular trades too, but we'll see. We're gonna try it out. But anyway, so then we played ping pong. So we were in there doing that for like 3.5 hours, you guys. Like, tired is an understatement. So then we just got dinner then. So then Sunday we went up inside. We ate at this really nice seafood restaurant downtown, and then we went up inside of the arch, which was really cool. I haven't been up in there since I was a kid, literally, because first of all, you have these really small tram cars that 5 people have to fit inside of. And so I'm 5'10", he's 5'11", 6 feet. Thankfully, the other 3 people that were in the cars with us were not tall. Because no, that would not have been fun whatsoever. All right, let's see. Wait, why are my colors like that? Why did I do that? Oh, I know why I did it. That's an imbalance. I don't know about an imbalance, but we're going to do it anyway. Because why not? But anyway, so yeah, we went up into the arch and you spend about like 10 minutes up there or so. And then it's like a 4-minute ride up and then you spend 10 minutes up and then it's like a 3-minute ride down. So yeah, that was fun. And then we chilled. And then yesterday we were supposed to go to the zoo, but it rained. And I actually was happy that it rained because I really didn't want to do anything. He and I are kind of the same where like we can't have a whole itinerary of stuff every day because absolutely not. So we just chilled yesterday and I was happy about it because doing something every day for that many days is not on my bingo card. Okay. It's not. But yeah, we had fun. That's probably going to lose. Oh no, I don't want to move my stop. Hey, no. I'm probably going to get stopped out, which is fine. Where's my sound? Did I turn? Oh, I did turn something down. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with losing that. I told you guys it was an imbalance in there, and I don't really trade with imbalances like that, but I didn't know if I wanted to because I'm changing things up a little bit, but I still don't like imbalances, and that's okay. Um yeah, it was so much fun. Yeah, no. It was regular ping pong. We did. We absolutely did, but we had so much fun though. But now I'm just exhausted. I am. Oh, so my family had like an impromptu Mother's Day event, I guess, at my house. I wouldn't say event, but like a little gathering or whatever. So it was my mom, my grandma, my sister, um, my cousin, his girlfriend, the kids, my aunt, and her husband. And so I had just talked to the baby. So the baby's birthday was Saturday. I didn't go to his birthday party. Um, but I had called his dad. His dad didn't answer. So I called him Sunday morning and they were on their way to go pick my niece up. And so I was like, I was just calling to say happy birthday. He goes, my birthday was last week. Heifer. Which technically it was the day before, but it was on a Saturday and I called him on a Sunday. So technically he was right. And so I had just talked to him, right? So they ended up at my house. My mom texted me and she's like, Amora was looking for you. She calls my nephew Handsome. She's like, Handsome was looking for you. I'm like, I just talked to him, but okay. So, hold on. I might want to take this straight too. Let's see. Actually, no, I don't. Wait. Yeah, I don't want to take that. But anyway, so she's telling me that they want to talk to me, right? So I'm thinking like, I just talked to him, but okay. So I called them while I'm up inside the arch and my niece is like, where are you? I'm like, I'm up inside the arch. So I'm showing her and she's like so unimpressed. She's like, oh, okay. So where are you? So I had to come back home to get my laptop. And as I walk in, my cousin's like, yeah, Amora was literally crying because you weren't here. She's like crying so many tears, like crying hard as hell because you weren't here. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know, but I'm here to pick up some stuff or whatever. So my nephew sees my friend and he immediately like goes into the corner. And I need to know more about this friend sneak. Oh gosh. No, he's my friend. So my nephew goes and sits in the corner and I'm like, what's wrong with him? Like normally when he sees me, he runs straight to me. He runs straight to my room. Like, we're like this. And I'm just like, what is going on? So I pick him up. He just immediately like puts his head on the shoulder that's away from my friend. And I'm just like, is he jealous? He was like so jealous, you guys, like super jealous. And so I was like, I thought you missed me. He was like, I do. I said, did you get your TT a kiss? He was like, yeah. I said, no, you didn't. So he gives me a kiss on my cheek and lays his head back down. So he goes out. He's like, I forgot what he wanted, chips or something. So he's like, okay, I'm going outside. So he comes back inside. He's like, I need some water. But the water was like on the table close to my friend. So he looked at the water, looked at my friend, looked at the water, looked at my friend, ran over there, took the water, put his head down and ran outside. I said, oh my God. I told him, I said, listen, my nephew never acts like that towards me. And I was like, he is so jealous that I have a male friend here. What is going on? What is going on? It was crazy. See that goofy smile? No, that's my friend for real. No, we've been friends for like 9 years. We a lot of my friends, well, all of my friends except now my female best friend who now lives here again, but she's only been back for maybe like 3 years. All of my closest friends don't live here. We met in a business that we were in together, a network marketing company, and we've met in person before, but I don't remember it, to be honest with you. But I don't remember most of my life, so whatever. So we've been like trying to meet up again for a very long time, like legit, like 9 years. We've been going back and forth, and then something will come up. Now I'm in a relationship, just different things. So it was good for us to just finally spend time together. So it was funny because in the first like 30 seconds of him getting in the car, I can't remember what I said, but he goes, "Yo, you really are crazy, like in person too." And I was like, "What?" I said, "Oh, you thought it was going to be different?" He was like, "No, some people you could have like such a great friendship, or you're dating or whatever, and everything's over the phone and things are a certain way, but then when you get in person, like shit is just like super weird and awkward or whatever." He's like, "You really are who you are." I was like, "Oh yeah, I could have told you that." Like, what? What do you mean? Okay, what the fuck is it? Are we gonna sit here and grind higher all day? I don't want to fucking watch this. I could be asleep. They don't want that friend to have all of TT's attention. Yeah, they were so unimpressed. Now, my niece wasn't as bad as she normally is, because normally she like, first of all, when my niece was younger, up until she was about 3, if you weren't her grandpa, like if you weren't a family member that she was super duper close to, or yeah, basically that, and you were a man, she would like cry if you even look her way, if you talk to her. Like, I think she was like honestly afraid of super deep voices or something. It was very weird. Very weird. And she was like that for a super long time. And my niece is normally the person that is like not gonna say hi to new people. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. She does not care. And she just was like looking at him like, "Why are you here with her?" But she wasn't like acting like him. I just was not expecting that from my nephew at all. He wasn't happy. I don't blame my baby. I don't blame him. All right, what are we gonna do here? Oh, you know what? Let's try it. Um, oh, 1160. I might want to get into a sell, possibly, depending on how long we stall at the resistance level, if we even stall. But we have to kind of stall in the bar in order for me to get in, though. Only wanted to be held by my mom and grandma. Really? Yeah, Diego, I'm saying the same thing. Like, what the heck? Where's the pullbacks? Not cute. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit kind of why I might be adjusting my strategy again, which is so weird because I traded this way when I first started. However, I wasn't analyzing the market like the same way. But I'm gonna show you guys exactly what gave me the idea that, and it might basically uncomplicate things and make it even easier for me, but the time it's gonna take to adjust it. Thankfully, I can just go based off of the data I already have. I just have to go through and write this one particular thing all the way through all of the trades that I have so far. But then I have to redo all my analysis sheets. But it might be worth it. We'll see. Um, but yeah, I'm going to show you guys in just a bit. 1160. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys. It might be worth it. I think it might be worth it. Basically, I'm looking for there to be more than 1160 in volume in this reversal candle. That's why I said it needs to kind of stall a little bit. Damn, are we going to do another? That's a lot. I don't know if I like it, but I don't care. Oh, well, Now it's an imbalance. I didn't want an imbalance. I just took an imbalance. I don't want that. Oh, are we not going to close down? That would be pretty interesting. It's not an imbalance in the point of control, but there are some imbalances in this bar. But yeah, I'm just going to be trying some stuff this week, kind of see what happens. All right, cool. So I feel like that first trade that I took, I think the imbalance is kind of what screwed me up. Imbalances to me just show me that you're just not ready because it shouldn't take that much to push like that. Oh, that's not gonna happen. Not getting, not letting FOMO take over me. Going to make an espresso. Okay. Niece was giving some serious side eye. She was. Not you could tell she was spoiled and bad. I mean, she shows the signs. All right, let me pull this up and show you guys this real quick. So there's an indicator that I purchased. I got Ninja's always giving out like super good discounts or whatever. And I've always told you guys that this entire time that I've been taking to develop my strategy takes so long because there aren't very many like indicator shortcuts I can use because most indicators don't work with Rincos, or there's not a lot of information out there because nobody really trades with Rincos like that. And so they had recently came out with this indicator called imbalance volume sensor. And it's specifically made for Rincos. But like I periodically will either go to Ninja or Trade Devils, or I'll just go to the free NinjaTrader ecosystem, not necessarily looking to purchase indicators, but just looking at what's out there, because I told you guys before that a lot of times when you look at certain companies, not so much in the ecosystem, but some vendors, you can literally go and look at their indicators and they will have like good information in them, like explaining how the indicator works. And you can sometimes take that information to kind of learn like, all right, so they're looking at the market in this particular way. This could be something that could possibly help me, kind of thing. So I always like to look at things that have to do with volume or order flow because there isn't a lot of information out there regarding volume or order flow for Rincos, right? And so in this particular indicator, and I haven't used it the way it's intended to be used just yet. I actually don't even have it on my charts yet. But basically it draws these imbalance zones based on order flow. Like if you have, let's say 3 or 4 stacked 0 levels for a buy on the buy. No, it's on the sell side. That means that the sellers were like nowhere to be found. It's going to create a bullish imbalance zone. And when it comes back, it kind of gives you like buy signals, and same thing for sales. But one thing that it has on here is, I might have to go to the other page to see it. One thing it has is, it's called trend slowdown warnings, right? So it paints these like diamonds underneath where it thinks the trend is slowing down. And I was like, how could that be useful? Well, basically what it does is it looks at the delta of, so let's say we're in a downtrend, it looks at the delta of the reversal bars up, and basically where it paints the high, or where it paints the diamond is like that was the highest delta in the reversal bars up, which lets you know that the trend is likely starting to slow down because the buyers, if we're in a downtrend, the buyers are starting to come in droves at that point because the delta is extremely high. But I noticed when I was looking at that, I was like, wait, well, they're comparing the reversal bars while I've been comparing like what is the delta of this compared to like the highest of the bar that's coming, the highest bar that's coming up. Like I'm comparing it to the buyers instead of the other sellers, if that makes sense. And like I said, it's crazy because I used to do that. I used to look at the bearish reversal bar compared to the last bearish reversal bar. The part that I've been missing all this time though is that I have to figure out how strong the buyers are in the push up by looking at the volume, like the volume down here. So like here, this particular bar here, there was a lot of volume in this bar up here compared to the highest bar here in this swing down. So that lets me know that the buyers are putting in a lot of effort. And so that should let me know like what I need to look for as far as delta goes. And so, yeah, I was looking at that and I was just like, shit. I might have been like making things harder for myself this whole time for no reason, because I do remember when I was comparing the reversal bars that are the same direction, my rules were a lot easier, right? But I couldn't figure out why I couldn't find like consistent rules. And that's why, because I wasn't analyzing the strength of the pullback the right way. So that's what I'll probably be adjusting this week. It's going to take me some time though, especially because the next 2 days I have to help my best friend with her kids. But that will also simplify things as far as like, you guys know I've been hating taking trades when my entry bar is touching a level of some sort. That shouldn't matter anymore. So hopefully it stays that way. I don't know. But like basically when I was looking to get into this sale here, the main thing was I wanted there to be more volume in this reversal bar down than this last reversal bar down to tell me there's more sellers in the market right now than it was when we first attempted to go, into a sell, a downtrend. So that was right. And then the only other thing was I wanted the delta to be higher, which it was. You look, we had 325 delta here. And then the delta of the last reversal bar down was, I think it was like one something. I don't know. Let me look. It was actually positive. So that's all I literally cared about. So, in adjusting that way, it should make things so much easier. And I'm going to be so mad about it, but it's all right. But I am going to be pretty mad because what the hell? I didn't have to deal with none of this shit that I've been dealing with, basically. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Oh, my head hurts. You like the trend slowdown signal? Me too. And like I said, I just bought it just because like, it has some order flow things incorporated because of the imbalances that it looks at. But like I said, I don't have it on my charts right now. But I was like, trend slowdown, how can you determine the trend slowdown? And I watched the video. It says it in the description too, but I watched the video and the guy's like, yeah, so you're probably trying to figure out how we determine when the trend is slowing down. And when it explained it, I'm like, that makes a whole lot of sense. If we have a huge, even looking at the trade that I just took, now y'all know I don't care if we actually break structure going to a downtrend. I just want to make sure that when I get in, there's enough sellers that makes sense for this market to push down the number of ticks that I'm looking for. Whatever the hell you do after that, you do it, right? So yeah, it makes sense. Like, why wouldn't the trend temporarily slow down a little bit when we had a high volume in the candle? There's 325 delta in this candle compared to positive 62. So that lets me know the sellers really came into the market at that point. And we also pushed off of the VWAP on top of that. Boom, the trade wins. So yeah, so I think that little adjustment might actually end up being pretty helpful. I just have to find the strength to actually go through everything this weekend. This week and this weekend really. But I should do it though. All right. So let's see for now, like I said, I haven't had like a whole lot of time to look through everything though. So that's why some of these trades is like, okay, this is what I think I'm looking for. There's always gonna likely be some adjustments that I'm gonna have to make, obviously, but for now, I'm willing to take the chance. We got like 2 weeks left on this eval before it renews, so just see if we can make some shake for. I like this until the imbalance came. But yeah, I think that I'm gonna have to adjust and do my pullbacks the same way, honestly. I do. And then it looks like also that like the divergence trend and counter trend are pretty similar, not completely the same though. But more than likely the pullbacks will be the same where they're kind of similar trend and counter trend, but there's a little bit of a difference just because obviously if we're in an uptrend, even though it is divergence, we still have some, amount of pressure from the buyers because we are in an uptrend kind of thing. So yeah, but how much for really? I know the one thing I'm gonna have to figure out is like, okay, when am I okay with like the buyers being in control in a downtrend or in a bearish reversal bar, or the sellers being in control of the point of control in a bullish reversal bar, that kind of thing. That is something that I'm gonna have to figure out as well. But for now, I'm not worried about it. There's an imbalance in the point of control. I don't really want to take that. And it might be something where the imbalance is okay if I'm going in the direction of the trend, but not if it's counter trend kind of thing. I don't know. But for now, I just won't take imbalances since I lost the one trade already with the imbalance. So we'll see. Body. I wanted the point of control to be in the body of the candle. My pullbacks, I'm still going based off of my old rules for now. I didn't even look at that at all last night. So you might make steak tonight. Nice. Oh, let's go back. We're always learning. That's the beauty of the industry. Absolutely. She said it's a bummer when you notice you've wasted time doing something. Let me tell you something, Diego. I definitely see it as part of my journey. It does get annoying sometimes because it's like, bro, how did I? So I like have these cheat sheets, right? And I make them on Canvas so I don't delete anything. And so I can literally go back to a cheat sheet from, I think the last time I was trying to trade this way where I was where I was comparing bullish reversal bar to the last bullish reversal bar was probably I don't know, maybe like June of last year. So I can literally go back and see that, and it gets frustrating, but it also like makes me smile a little bit because it tells me that I'm learning. It tells me that I'm paying attention to certain things, right? And it shows me how important chart time is because I am a huge, like, I really do believe that the market paints consistent patterns. You just have to figure out how you can see them. And unfortunately for me, I decided this time around with trading, I wanted to figure out the most complicated way, right? Because Rinkos can be super complicated because there's not much information out there. But I also know that because Rinkos are so precise and they are price based, that once you figure out the consistent patterns that you can see, like you can really print money in the market, right? And so it's pretty cool sometimes to see like how my thought process evolved. And because of the way I journal in my physical journal, I can always go back to the journal that I had at that time to figure out like, okay, what made you change what you were doing, or what even got you to that particular conclusion? Because I, even though I do, journal my trades and stuff like that, I also journal like things like last night, for instance, I wrote down what I learned in that volume sensor indicator or whatever. And I was like, this is how they determine when things slow down. So maybe I've been thinking about it wrong. Maybe this is why this makes the most sense. And maybe this is how I can, make adjustments or whatever. So I like doing that kind of stuff because I like looking back at those things because my memory is so bad. So I'll never remember like why I even thought that way. But yeah, it could be pretty annoying. But when you're actually trying to master trading, you're not really worried about the time that it takes for you to get there because you know that you're building a lifelong skill and it's something that you'll be able to use forever, kind of thing. So that's all I care about, honestly. Where are we at? That is more. How you gonna make your steak, Apple Jacks? I recently started putting it in the air fryer and I love, love, love it. All right, we are at 9:26. I am so tired. But yeah, now I have to figure out like how I want to journal the I think the way I'm going to journal today's trades and even like all the trades that I sat out of, I think I'm going to add that one extra component that I think is going to end up being the way that I'm going to make the adjustments and how I'm going to trade. I think I'm just going to make sure that extra components in there, that way I don't ever have to go back and do it later. We'll see. 6. Yeah, but I have a feeling that if I do make the adjustment this way, it's going to simplify things so much. Because the biggest thing for me is like, I understand that. Oh, that's not going to work. I understand that it's volume and order flow that creates the price action that we see, not the other way around, right? And so there should be ways to where this is going to make things less complicated because I should be able to, no matter what kind of divergence it is, the rule should just pretty much be the same. Because once you get to the point where you're in an uptrend and you create a lower low, it doesn't really matter how you get there. Well, it does matter in that you want to know the strength of the pullback that creates it. But aside from that, it shouldn't really matter how you get there, honestly. Once it creates the lower low, there should be one volume and order flow combination, maybe two, to look for, and then just get into the trade kind of thing. So, all right. 27. What you gonna do, market? All right, now we have equal legs. So if we reverse up here, I can't take that. All right, we didn't. $27. I need a. It's 9:30 already. We didn't stall there long enough. Exactly, Diego. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? You don't have an air fryer? You're gonna pan sear and base it with butter. Ooh, nice. Janelle says she need a 12-ounce. Stat. What kind of steak are you cooking? Trenches, how goes it? Am I down commissions? Yeah. I think this trade worked because we were pushing off of a level. But right now I have the rules like super basic. So until I finish converting all the other data, I would just take for what I already have. Tired. Just gonna go to the store and see what they got. I got you. I got you. Mm, 710. All right. So the effort's there. Mm-hmm. I was questioning if I wanted to get in there, and the way we popped up, it would have almost stopped me out. I think it came one tick from where my stop loss would have been. I just wasn't. I wasn't all the way convinced, honestly. Wasn't all the way convinced. I just wanted the delta to be high, which it was. It was 120. And the delta of this highest volume bar right here was already negative. It was -2. But I just wasn't all the way convinced. You haven't had that type of meet in a while? Wait a minute. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? I saw that, Janelle, and I think they said like his one of his great grandparents was like mixed or something. I don't know. Child, you know, they just start going back super far in history. But somebody was like listing some of the like mission work that he's done over the years and just different things like that. When you get up, I need your help. I'm up, fool. Wait, that was March. Okay. Great grandparent ain't check. Girl, I swear, they try to go back as far as they can to go find that little drop. Period. They just want a little bitty drop. That's it. That's all they want. 54.99. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Matter of fact, hold on. I don't know if I'm gonna get anything else. I'm waiting to see, but I really should have took that sell right there. Because even looking at the delta, like if I want to think about how things might end up changing with me comparing it to this, the delta of that bar was 56 and this one was 102. So clearly the sellers stepped in. The volume of the reversal bar was more than the reversal bar of that one. So I think I should have just went ahead and chanced that one. I should have. Wait, what was I about to do? Oh, that's what I was about to do. Had to be here. But I have to go back to... All right, let's see if we create... Nope. I was hoping we created a higher high there. The worst thing is I'm not going to have time to look over this the way I want to. We're going to be experimenting all week. Wait, where is when I started looking at order flow though? There's no order flow there. Another reason why I take notes the way I do and like with my cheat sheets and stuff is because eventually when I make my video about how I finally came to be with my strategy, I want to just show like kind of the evolution of it. Oh, here it goes. So the last time I was trading this way was where I'm comparing the reversal bars that are in the same direction was back in, it looks like November. We're too close to this buy rotation level. Yeah, November is when I started, and I would have to see when I stopped. That's very interesting. Damn. Caught a 3K play on. Ooh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Was it falling from the tariff negotiation or whatever? Nice trade. Was it London or Asia? Oh, not an A5 Wagyu steak. Period, Janelle. Tell her again. And if you are engineering, you're broke. We have a whole nother thing to talk about. Was it a balance to that bar anyway? We were way too close to that buy rotation level. The other thing I'm hoping is that in switching this way of trading, I won't have to like break even at levels anymore, because hopefully it's telling me that like that's the momentum play and we're gonna just push straight through a level. Hopefully. We'll see. We really just stalled out right here. That's crazy. All right, so when did I stop liking this? Yep, see, I was still trying in December. I am so nauseous, you guys. Mainly because like each day, for the most part, I had 2 full meals and I don't eat that much. Okay, so I stopped in January. Very interesting. I don't eat 2 full meals a day. So I'm super nauseous. I ate too much food. All right, so we're gonna count that here. But 54. You a bad girl and your friends bad too. I thought we were about to start pushing up there. When will I start my new setups? Ciao. It's gonna take a minute because I gotta get through all that data. And I started it today with the divergence, but like I said, I haven't looked at the pullbacks at all. So what I'll probably do today when I get home from my best friend's house is like I always like starting on April 7th, because April 7th was like, y'all, it was so volatile that in like the hour and 10 minutes of data that I have for that day, there was basically like over 400 something reversal bars, just reversal bars, on a 40 tick chart. So I always like starting there because I get like a lot of data from that particular day, and then I can slowly add the other days and just kind of see. But I like to always start there, analyze the data, and then go from there. So I could take my laptop to my best friend's house, but I highly doubt her son is going to let me actually do anything. So I'll have to wait till I get home. 54. But hopefully I could have everything done by this weekend, honestly. But I'm going to slowly incorporate it though, because I really do like, after seeing their explanation on the site, like it makes so much sense that it would be crazy not to try it, especially because I was already doing this before. 54, 63. Oh, I don't like how we popped down so quickly though. Oh, don't make me go red in the session. No. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think I would have liked that better if the point of control is in the body of the candle. I'm going to end up red for the day, but that's okay. I genuinely don't care. It's all about experimentation this week. I also don't like how the zigzag like detached twice in setting this up, but it's all good. Come on, close down. Don't stop me out and keep going. That is something I hate. So 69. Let me make a note of this. Probably needs to be in the body. Because some stuff might be okay, but if a level is attached, then, you know, the point of control might need to change where it is. Who knows? I don't really know until I finish going through the data, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm just nauseous from food. Due to the trade news, but there's still uncertainty. Yeah, because I saw like I saw when they announced the whole thing or whatever with the tariff negotiations, I saw everybody talking about how the market was pumping, but then when I was looking at Nutty's stream, I was like, well, where did the pump go? Because it looked like everything just dropped at the New York Open, but I didn't know if I was just tripping or what. But yeah, it's just the market is just really news heavy, like extremely news heavy. And the unfortunate part is we don't know when certain stuff is gonna be released. So you just have to hope you're not on the wrong side when things do get released. It's just crazy. See you, Janelle. See you. All right, let me show y'all the account because I'm gonna get the heck out of here. I want to take a nap so bad. There's no way I'm going to have any energy for anybody's kids if I don't take a nap. So we're going to do just that. All right. So here's the account in all its glory. So I took 3 trades, won 1, lost 2. And then we got some extra commissions of losses in there. So down 145. I'm not mad about today whatsoever, especially on, you guys know, I kind of hate the slow grind days, but I'm hoping that, you know, with this adjustment that I'm looking to make, that it'll help, because we sometimes get some pretty good pullbacks that actually continue to push into the slow grind. It's just right now, the way my strategy is set up, I can't really take that. So I'm going into tomorrow still in profit overall on the account and still with $1,800 in drawdown. So we got some room to play around with some stuff. Like I said, this account doesn't renew until for 2 weeks. So the goal is to just try to get it passed with the new adjustments if I can get them done in the next few days, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:45 Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.